Hello everyone, my name is Kenton Cavestiu. I'm an ex-Googler and ex-BCG consultant and the founder of Rocketblocks, an online platform that helps candidates prepare for interviews. In today's Rocketblocks mini lesson, we're going to be doing another chat with a Rocketblocks expert, Jesse Lau, who is a former VP from the consulting group EY-Parthenon and then went on to hold multiple VP titles at the health tech startup Real Self. This interview, which we also filmed during the coronavirus madness, will be done over Zoom for obvious reasons. And in it, we will cover Jesse's perspective on the consulting interviews, sort of the unique flavor of interviews that you might face at EY-Parthenon, and what it's actually like to be a consultant and a consultant leader on the job at EY-Parthenon. So let's go ahead and jump in.
As you think about like your experience as a consultant, what advice would VP Jesse Lau give to incoming? Is it associate at Parthenon or is it consultant? Is that the incoming BA level?
We called it principal, but
principal.
It was a consultant.
What advice would VP Jesse give principal Jesse coming into the firm?
When I first joined, I was eager to try everything. And I had a lot of FOMO about different types of projects or experiences that other people were having, or, this partner in our office is heralded as being incredibly smart. So I really want to work with this partner, or like, this is one of our best clients. So I really want to get an opportunity to work with one of these clients. Yeah. And so I ended up having an exceptionally well-rounded experience, but I didn't specialize. And as I got more and more senior, what I found was that my lack of specialty, but my well-roundedness made me exceptionally capable of leading teams, and in very high demand, but it placed a limiter on my personal career growth relative to the folks who early on specialized in a specific area. So to the extent, and I think that's true both about career growth inside of a consulting firm and career transition.
Yeah.
Knowing what you like, or even like choosing something that you want to like, even if you don't necessarily like it, and being able to focus at some point early on in your career in consulting, I think narrows the aperture for what you focus on, and accelerates your skill set growth and experience growth in that specific thing.
Yeah.
So the people who said healthcare, like, whether or not they loved healthcare, they ended up building great careers in healthcare, and then they ended up loving healthcare because they became really good experts in it. And so I wish I had been a little bit more specific with what I wanted to do.
And I think that's a really interesting point. I think there's probably a underlying factor that like leads you to say this. So I'm curious if you can just unpack a little bit, like, why does that narrowing focus specifically help you accelerate your career as you get more and more senior in a firm?
Yeah, well, as you approach, so when you first start at a consulting firm, I think the first set of things you learn is toolkit, right? How to do thoughtful Excel models and PowerPoint and communicate with clients and stuff like that.
Yep.
But as you get more and more senior, especially as you approach partner, you're expected to be an expert. And to be an expert in a toolkit is career limiting relative to be an expert in an industry, because senior level, C-level executives at Fortune 500 companies aren't interested in toolkit. They want answers. They want expertise. And so toolkit is table stakes. You have to know how to do surveys, but as you get more senior, you will be recognized, heralded, appreciated for your expertise. And that comes from industry focus, or yeah.
Yeah, and I would imagine the related point there is it helps you like heralded, and maybe you're using the term generally, like it helps you probably sell a lot of new business, right? Like the leaders of these companies, if you're the guy that's worked in what was it? Sodium, what type of plants? Manufacturing. Let's say chemical manufacturing. If you're the chemical manufacturing guy, when you go to pitch, like that's a real chip and a, notch on your belt that people are going to pay attention to probably.
Yeah. That is unquestionably true. The project my most difficult project that I talked about, we were able to secure that project relative to a number of different competitors for a combination of those things, because the partner on the project, this case was in education, the Parthenon partner on the project was deeply entrenched in education, and the partner from the EY side was a restructuring expert. And so each of them could bring to bear those levels of expertise that, I wasn't prepared to do, because I was a generalist.
Yeah.
And so by focusing it dramatically increases your credibility both for the sale and during the course of the project for the execution of the project work.
Great. I hope you enjoyed that excerpt from my conversation with Jesse Lau. If you've got questions or specific topics you'd love to see us cover in future videos with Rocketblocks experts, please go ahead and leave a comment down in the section below, and we will consider that for future videos. So thank you so much for watching. We have a ton of great content coming out on both the consulting and the product management career paths on a weekly basis. So if you haven't subscribed yet already, please do so below. There is a big red button down there. Thanks again for watching, and have a great day.